Hey everybody, I'm Grandma T from Yarn and Crafts with Grandma T. Today I'm going to show you how to make these lovely tooth fairy pouches. You can make them in any color that you would like. They're cute, cute, cute. Now what these are for is the littles can put their tooth in the pouch, just close it, and then the tooth fairy can come in the middle of the night, take it from either under the pillow or from them hugging it. Take the tooth out, and the tooth fairy can put their little gift in there, and then the little wakes up in the morning and boom, they get their little smile face tooth and they've got their gift from the tooth fairy. So whoops, let's get to this. Hopefully I didn't just mess that up. There we go. Okay, so what you are going to need is you're going to need yarn. Today I'm going to make a multicolored one. I think it'll be cool. You're going to need scissors. You're going to need an H hook or a 5mm. Now, the H hook or 5mm is going to make one about this size. It just depends on what size hook you use for what size tooth fairy is going to appear. Okay? You're going to need a little bit of red yarn so you can make the little mouth. You're going to need a darning needle so that we can sew in those ends. And you're going to either need safety eyes or googly eyes. We'll wait till we're done to decide what we're going to put on it. Safety eyes are the ones with the little screws and then the thing that goes on the back to make them safe and stay on. Okay, now the googly eyes, if you're going to use googly eyes, if it's for a real small child, you don't want to use the bigger ones because they are a choking hazard. So if you use the smaller ones, it's safer for the little, tiny littles. If you're using it for like someone who's 8, 9, 10, then you can use the bigger ones. Just know that the bigger googly eyes are a hazard, a choking hazard, and they're just going to be put on with hot melt. Okay, I did mess up the camera. Okay, so let me get this stuff out of my way for now. And let's get to this. So, first thing you're going to do, I'm not going to make you sit there and wait forever. So, first thing you're going to do is you are going to chain 13. Okay? That is not going to be considered a row. And then we're going to do the top of the tooth. If I can figure out how to put the directions on the screen, I will do that after. So you're going to make your slip knot and you're going to chain 13. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, if you don't want to wait for me, what we are going to be doing is we're going to do, I used the back loops. I just think it leaves a cleaner front. You're going to do a single crochet in the first stitch, and the next 3 stitches you're going to do a half double crochet. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch, and then in the next 2 stitches you're going to do slip stitches. Don't make them tight because you will have to come back in here. So there's 2 slip stitches. Now you're going to do the same thing in reverse. You're going to do a single crochet, 3 half double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to do a single crochet to end it. And single crochet in the last. Boom, done deal. Now, we're just going to do 1 single crochet across all, well, chain 1 and turn, and 1 single crochet across each stitch, and you should have 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here's those slip stitches. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 coming up. You're going to chain 1 and turn. You're going to chain 1 and turn every row. Okay, so now you can see there's your little top for your tooth fairy. Okay, there's your crown. Now what you're going to do, that was row 2. Now what you're going to do is row 3 through 8. You're going to just do a single crochet across and chain 1 and turn. So I would do the first one with you, which is really a chain, which is row 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Chain 1 and turn. So now you're going to do row 4 through 8 in the exact same manner. I'm sorry, yes, 4 through 8. So you go ahead and do that, and I shall be right back. Okay, so now I'm doing the last stitch of my 8 row, my last single crochet. I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Now here you're going to do 6 single crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now you're going to chain 1 and turn. You're going to do 6 single crochets across again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chain 1 and turn. Here you're going to do a single crochet decrease. The way I do them is I go in, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and pull a loop through all 3. Now you're going to do 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. You're going to do another single crochet decrease. So go in, pull up a loop, go in, pull up a loop, and go through all 3. Chain 1 and turn. So now we're down to 4 stitches. So we're going to do 4 single crochets across. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you're going to chain 1 and turn. Now you're going to do a decrease, 2 of them. So pull up a loop, go through all 3, do it again. So that row is 2 single crochet decreases. Chain 1 and turn. And now you're going to do 1 decrease. Boom, and now we're down to 1 stitch. You're going to chain 1 and finish off. You don't have to leave a long tail because you're just going to be crocheting that in. Pull it tight. So we've got the crown of our tooth, the body of our tooth, and 1 root. Now we need to do the other root. So you're going to take your piece, stick your needle into this, what would have been your 7th stitch. Attach your yarn. I attach it by pulling it through and doing a slip knot. Now you're going to do 1 single crochet, and I crochet this end in with it. So you're going to do 6 single crochets across. That is 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chain 1. I like to pull this a little bit, cut it off, and then you just pull your piece back a little bit, and there it is. Chain 1 and turn. We're going to do 6 single crochets. We're doing exactly what we did now for the other root. So you're going to do 6 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get in there, 6. Chain 1 and turn. Now is where we're going to do a decrease 2 single crochets, and then last another decrease. So here's that last decrease. Boom, chain 1 and turn. We're down to 4 stitches. We're going to do 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to do 2 decreases. Go in, pull up a loop, go in, pull up a loop, all 3, boom, do it again. Pull up a loop, pull up a loop, all 3. Chain 1, turn. Now we're going to do 1 decrease, boom, chain 1, finish off. Done deal. Now we have the crown, the body, and the root of our tooth. Make 2 of those, come back, and see me. We're gonna get some eyes on this fella, do his mouth, come back. Okay, now I have my 2 sides made. Now I'm gonna make a decision on what eyes I'm gonna use. So, let's see. Boom. The big ones are cute. Little googly eyes are cute. I kind of like the bigger ones better. Or you could use the safety eyes. Whoops. And this safety eye has this on it. I don't think I like the safety eyes on here because you can't really see them. So, you know what? We won't make this for a little. We'll make this for one of the older littles. Let's put the big googly eyes on it. So what you're going to do is you're just going to look at it, see which part you like best, see how it looks to you. And then get your hot melt and just put a little hot melt on there and place your googly eye where you want it. And do that for both. Done deal. Boom, done deal. Eyes are on. And little googly eyes. There you go. Now we're going to do the mouth. So you don't need much yarn for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut myself a nice piece here. I'm going to get my darning needle. And we're going to just thread it. Now what I'm going to do is here's your little V. So I'm going to go just under his eyeball here, but I'm going to come up, I'm going to pull through a little bit. Above the V, you're going to push down in, boom, and there's your mouth. It doesn't really show up that great. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side in the same row, and then we're going to go through, and yeah, we do have a mouth. Making his mouth black would have probably been better, but we're going to leave it as is. But that's all it takes to make the mouth. Now all you got to do is tie it off. Don't tie it too tight, but tie it just snug enough so that you know it's going to stay. For this, because I'm not going to be sewing in the ends, I do it like 3 or 4 times. And then I cut it off. Boom, done deal. Eyes and mouth are now on our little fella. Okay, so now you're going to get your yarn again. Well, actually, you're going to take which side you think looks best, and you're going to attach these two. I kind of like it like this. Yes. So now you're just going to go in your top corner, attach your yarn, attach your yarn. I like to sew these in as I'm going. I only put like 1 or 2 stitches, and then I push it inside. You could push it inside right away if you wanted to. Maybe I'll do that this time. So now in that same stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. Now we did rows of single crochet. So as you can see, you've got little spots here. Just go in each one of those. It doesn't have to be perfect. And make a single crochet. You're going through both layers. It does not have to be perfect. It is a tooth. teeth are not perfect. So you're just going to single crochet your way down. When you get to the root of the tooth, you're going to do 2 single crochets at the very tip. That's for the people that are going ahead of us. Okay, so yeah, just a single crochet down. Crochet is a craft. It's an art. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, you know what I forgot to tell you? You were all going to need stuffing. Goodness, goodness. So you're going to need stuffing too. We're getting up to the root of the tooth. Okay? So now here you're going to put 2 single crochets. So there's 1 and 2. You could put those ends right in again if you want. And then you're just going to find your next row and do a single crochet. And you make sure you're going through both layers. And now I pushed this down and out of my way, as you can tell. So you're just going to do single crochets up that root. Now we've gotten to the V. Okay, well, I got one more before the V. Let's do one more before the V. Come through. Okay. Now we're at the V. So you're going to do 1 single crochet in that V to try to keep the V. And that's it. And now we're just going to start going back up the other side. I don't count the stitches up and down because, like I said, they don't have to be perfect. As long as you have him stitched together so the stuffing's not going to come out. Okay. Keep on going. And now we're getting to the tip of that root again. There, you're going to do 2 single crochets. So there's 1 and 2. Boom, done deal. Throw those ends in again. I mean, if you lined it up differently and your ends at different spots, do the same thing. Just throw them in. So now we're just going to start crocheting our way back down. Make sure you get both sides. And we're always going to start in that corner because then this way, when we get to the top, we can stop and stuff the roots. So I will show you that in a minute. So just keep single crocheting straight up there. There you go. Now, I forgot to tell you about the stuffing, and I forgot to put it up here. So, I have stuffing right behind me. So I'm going to just grab it. Okay, so I grabbed some stuffing. So now I'm going to just pull this so that I don't lose it. I'm going to open them up and throw some stuffing in that root. And then I'm going to put the other side, get some stuffing in that root. Okay, because we want to have those roots defined. Nice and stuffed. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Now we don't want to totally stuff the top yet, because then the stuffing is just going to get in our way. So my roots are stuffed. I got more room. But now I'm going to put my needle back in. I'm going to finish what I was doing. Now, here in the corner, you're going to do 2 single crochets. So you're going to do another single crochet in the last stitch we did, which was in that corner. And then you're just going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch across, but you're not going to finish it off because you want to finish stuffing. Whoops. Okay, we're going to go in that one, and why does it keep going? There we go. So 1 single crochet in each stitch across. We want to make sure we keep that shape in the top. This one's being a little bare to me, but that's what crochet is. Oh, my tooth fell. Okay, so. Yes, I put the tooth back up. Okay. We're still going here. I might have crocheted a little too tight for that top row. Oh, you know why? This is the chain. Okay. Now, I've got a little spot open here. So I am going to finish stuffing him. So I'm going to pull this so that I have room to be able to stuff and I don't lose my stitch. Just going to use my finger and stuff some stuffing in there. Just keep stuffing till you're happy with how it is. Okay. He's nice and full. And see how the stuffing's sticking out a little bit? That's why I don't totally fill him up till I get to the end. I put my needle back in, and now you're just going to finish closing him up. You're just going to finish him up now. Now, if you're using the googly eyes, you could always put the googly eyes on after you've put them together. If you're using safety eyes, you have to put the safety eyes on before you close them up so you can get that back on it. Okay, one more stitch because we only had one stitch in that corner. So we want to put 2 stitches in that corner. Now to round them off a little bit, I'm going to go in this next stitch down and just do a slip stitch, chain 1, and finish off. Leave yourself a little bit to be able to put that in. Now he's a little lopsided here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this to straighten him out a little bit. But there is how you make your tooth fairy. Okay, so you all know how to use your darning needle and put the end in. This end I would put in 3 times. Okay, but what I'm going to show you first is the pouch. So for the pouch, it's just simply chain 11, and then you're going to do single crochets across 10. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now you can just take your chain and put it there. You don't want it to reach the exact ends. Okay, so you're going to just put it there and look at it and judge it, because you're going to give it a little leeway when you put it on. And then you want it to go from like the bottom of the crown to just 1 row probably above the V. So what I do with this is I do, chain 11, and then I do the single crochet across, and I do anywhere between 5 and 6 rows of single crochet. I line it up there and just check it out and see if it looks big enough. Okay, so we're just doing 1 single crochet across. You should come out with 10. If you make it a little smaller, that's up to you. It all depends on what the tooth fairy plans on putting in it. Okay, we're at 9 and 10. Chain 1 and turn. So you're just going to keep going back and forth until you're happy. With this guy, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 6 rows of single crochet. Let's see if I did the same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one I did 7 because he came out bigger. So it's up to you how many you want to put. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what I did, 7 also. So you do how many you want to do and then come back and see. Okay, I ended up doing 5 rows. So this is my last single crochet of my 5th row. And I think 5 rows looks like plenty for mine. Okay, I just lined it up and I said that looks like it's good enough. Okay, because you can always stretch it out too while you're sewing it on. So now you're just going to give yourself a tail. Give yourself a tail so that you can sew this bad boy on. Okay, so now you're just going to thread your darning needle. And you're just going to start sewing them on. So what I like to do is I like to start here. I'm left-handed, so I do things a little backward than most people, but you're just going to line it up so it's just under the top of our crown. Okay? Now you're just going to take your darning needle, go in a stitch, bring it through, and pull it up. And that's it. Just use your thumb, or you could pin it just to hold it in place. Now after I do this side, if it looks like the other side is too close to the edge, all you gotta do is scoot it over a little bit. You do want to make sure this is closed though, so the little tooth doesn't get lost. Okay, now see, I'm just going to hold it so it's straight across the bottom and do the same thing. You're just going in and pulling up. And that's it. That is all we're doing. Making a tooth fairy. Whoops. I missed the thread and got the stuffing. Okay, there we go. Make sure he's straight. And as you can tell, I'm not trying to be Miss Perfect. In and up. You're just going to do that all the way around to the next corner. Because you don't want to sew up the top. Then there'll be nowhere to put the tooth. And there'll be nowhere for the tooth fairy to put their item. Now I'm just going to take that end. I'm actually going to cut it off a little more. Boom. Shove it in. Yeah, let's scoot this over. So all you do is scoot it just a little bit. And then it's out of the way. There we go. And bring that top back down because it looked like it's scooted up. Come on, get in there. Yep. Bringing that top down a little bit. And now we're at the top corner. Now there, I go through a couple times so that the littles can't pull it loose. So I'm going to go through there again. This time I'm going to put my darning needle through it before I pull it all the way through so it's semi-knotted. And now there's your pouch. Your pouch is on. Okay, now you're just going to sew this end in anywhere you want. Just go back 3 or 4 times because this end is where the littles are going to be putting their hands in there and doing a little tug of war on it every once in a while. So just go back a few times. And then I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to throw it through the root. There we go. Out through the root. And now I'm just going to finish off. And there he is. All that's left to do is sew in my corner end and our tooth fairy is done. Now, if you know how to do this, then just go ahead and do it if you haven't already. And this end is going in. Oops. Now, if you cut your thread a little too short, which I tend to do a lot because I hate wasting yarn, I just put the needle through, thread it again, and then pull it. Okay? So, there we go. That didn't have to be sewn in that much. This is what you need to worry about for the littles because of stretching it to put their stuff in and play with it and take it out. So there you have it. There is a multicolored tooth fairy with googly eyes. Enjoy, have fun making them. They're great. The littles love them. Have a great day, everybody. I'm Grandma T from Yarn and Crafts with Grandma T. Like, subscribe, and comment, say hi, because I have a treat for those subscribers coming up eventually, as soon as I get to know how to do all this stuff better. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye.